Everyone, hey everyone, it's me, here with another unscripted discussion video, because I'm nothing if not a trend chaser, or in other words, at some point, okay, well tomorrow, or in the next few days, I'm gonna put a video that's gonna be vague if I got a Switch 2 or not, so just pretend you haven't seen that one when this one comes out, so that you're surprised by the twist ending. I'm also probably at some point gonna post a more in-depth scripted review of this game. But for now, I just want to try and make sure I got some video talking about it out. Mostly just for, you know, script. Oh, no, wait, not script. But for algorithm. Yeah. So, personally, I haven't finished Mario Kart World yet. I haven't gone to the Rainbow Road. But so far, I've been loving it. I honestly think it's awesome. I've had a chance to play on a few different models, just because I have a few different models in my house. I've gotten a chance to play, I had some friends over to play some local multiplayer. I haven't tried out the online yet. And I've played a lot of the free play mode, which is by far my favorite mode in the game. So all that to say, I've basically been playing nothing but Mario Kart World today. I tried out Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour, waste of money, but yeah. So far I've been loving the game. I've gotta be honest. I've seen some complaints that, oh, the open world is so barren and there's nothing to do. I disagree. I feel like there's always, you know, you never go that far without finding some kind of mission or interesting thing. And it's just like, it doesn't even feel barren particularly, because you move, like, it's hard for it to feel barren because you're in a car the whole time. You move across it pretty damn quickly. And there's just also a lot of fun things to do in the open world, like fun challenges. Like in the video right now, I came across this challenge that was where I'm running through these rings. There's a lot, they're all very simple, it's not, but they're all, like, it's fun, because I'd say the number one thing that's good about Mario Kart World is just how good it feels to move in this game. They really got the Mario Kart movement down perfectly, with the jumping, the grinding, just the lack of latency. This game runs like butter. I think that this game is so fun and just control, kind of in the same way Mario Odyssey is, but maybe even better than that. And so I've played it through the single player open world a lot, because that was always the thing I was most interested in this game. But I've also tried out the Knockout Tour and the what's it called, the Grand Prix. I had some friends over to play Grand Prix. They both enjoyed it a lot, and you know, it's a lot of fun, just, you know, racing. As always, it's Mario Kart, it's what you expect. I'll say the individual tracks in Grand Prix, I think, are less memorable than they are in other games. Now, to take that as literally as possible, I don't even think they're worse than other games, so this isn't a big deal. But they're just less, like, memorable, they're less defined. Largely because you spend most of the Grand Prix going between the tracks rather than just going around the laps of the track. That's not a problem, really. It's just, it means that you're getting a lot of the same design. Because they, you know, just because you're going between tracks, the between areas are still designed with, like, kind of like their tracks, with things to jump on and avoid, and, like, items everywhere. So, it's not the biggest complaint, but I'm slightly disappointed with the tracks themselves, because I do think that they leave something to be desired. But, you know, it's fine. Like, it's still plenty fun, so it's not like that's the worst thing in the world. Because, you know, it's just like, yeah, not every track, you know, I'd say, okay, I don't think they ever get to the same track heights as Mario Kart 8, But I enjoy the fact that they're interconnected and the free roam options so much that I don't mind. Those are just, I think, fun enough in and of themselves to where it's okay that the individual tracks are not as exciting. And I think in a lot of games, this game was designed to be almost like a sister game to Mario Kart 8, where it's like, yeah, this game isn't as in-depth of a, like, full lap racer. It's a lot less simple in a lot of ways. Like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like, has like 9,000 tracks in it. So it's like a kind of perfect, simple, like, kart racer. Not simple, but like, you know what I mean. Like, easy to latch onto. This one's a lot more complicated, and it's like, in a lot of ways, where yes, it's now an open world game. Yes, the movement, as you can see here, is so much more in-depth and exciting. There's so many more layers to it, and again, it just feels so good to move. This game, I've also noticing, this has one of the best soundtracks, definitely the best soundtrack in the Mario Kart series. The main theme, first off, has harmonica in it, and if you know anything about me, you know I love the harmonica. So already that got it a lot of points for me. But every track I hear is super cultural appropriation. Super exciting. That's not an actual complaint. But it's super exciting. It's like they all sound so good and are beautifully mixed. One of my favorite elements is, so obviously they play track themes during Grand Prix. But something I found so cool, which I have to assume was intentional, is they just play a lot of tracks beginning to end during the open world section, kind of randomly. And you might hear that and be like, well, they're just kind of random, so they kind of don't always fit. And no, they don't always fit with like what you're doing, but works so well in that it feels like, the best way I can describe it is it's like you're listening to a radio station that just plays Mario music. One thing at the moment that comes to mind that's not on this filming, that's not filmed here, but was I was driving around and randomly I think Gangplank Galleon came on. It might not be that, but I'm gonna say it's that. And it was just so hyped because first off, it's an amazing mix of the song. It's like the best it's ever sounded. It's also just like, oh, a Donkey Kong song when I'm not doing anything even Donkey Kong related. I was driving around as Toadette. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So, and there's so many characters. Some of them obviously get a lot more attention than others. It's kind of weird that they're all just like there, because it feels like there should be some reason or some like deeper thing to like playing as like the cow. You'd think it's like you come across them in the open world. No, they're just like in the starting roster. But it's fine. I always like extra options. And it is definitely annoying that all of the alternate costumes for characters are their own character slot on the character select. But also I'll say, it's really fun. And also, there might not be quite enough alternate costumes, because I feel like you unlock all or most of them really quickly. But it is also just a lot of fun, just like partway through a race, running into a hamburger or whatever, and then all of a sudden your new look, like, that's just, it makes it really incentivizes you, honestly, to play as some of the more boring characters, which sounds weird, but like, I'm playing as Luigi in this footage. I'm always like, typically I like playing as like Spike or Shy Guy, like one of the enemies, but just being able to change costumes partway through makes it so I want to play as like the main characters for once in these games. Yeah. And like I said, the music, it like, again, feels like a radio station, which is definitely the intention, and it's awesome. I love that. The world is so fun to explore. It feels like there's infinite content to it, honestly. Well, not infinite. It feels like actually very, like, the perfect amount. The best I could maybe compare it to is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where it's like, yes, it's an open world, and I'm a Scarlet and Violet, so, I'll defend it in some ways, not in every way. I still have issues with that. This game is 10 times better than that. But one of my favorite elements of that game was that there was an open world, but it was pretty, like, it had a pretty reasonable size to it, and you could just kind of go around all of it. There wasn't a big sense of, like, even, like, it felt more like a sandbox full of things to do, and that's definitely what this game feels like. I think it's so much fun, and I think that one issue haven't been feeling, but I can definitely see objectively, is that there's not really incentive to it. Like these challenges, that like the P-switch challenges, the medallions you can find, there's not really a reason to do them. Like there's no incentive to collecting them all. There's not even a story, which I will say I wish there was some kind of story. I would never not want it to be anything insane, but just like some reasoning as to like why we're driving around this island, what this island is, because clearly not the Mushroom Kingdom. But whatever, it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, I wish there was some kind of story, but I feel like all these challenges and things to do, there's not like an in-game incentive because no story. It's not like this unlocks new costumes, new vehicles. No, it's coins and races that unlock new vehicles. I definitely understand that as a potential complaint. And I don't even disagree with it, but I will say I have not had a problem with it. Because partially, like, I think in a lot of ways the open world in this game in general is like, it's the kind of one where it's like, if you go in wanting to like it, you're gonna like it. Because, like, I would not say there's no flaws to it. There definitely is. But it is, like, it's a very just, like, fun, inviting game that I've been loving so far. My friends really enjoyed playing it too. Plus, playing Mario Kart with friends is always a great time. I'm loving it so far. Like, but you definitely have to want to like it. If you're like I'll say, if you're going in like, I spent $80 on this shit, this better fucking prove itself to me. You're not wrong. I honestly think that's like the most valid way to look at it. And I'm like, more power to you. And if it doesn't do that to you, I'm really for you. If it doesn't prove itself, I'm really sorry to hear that, like genuinely. But I'm loving it so far, personally. And I recommend it to everyone watching because I think it's a great game. Is it worth $80? I don't know. I only got it for $50 because of that Switch bundle. Still overpriced as hell, but like the entire console, but whatever. Yeah, I had one more thought on the game I wanted to share before in this more general discussion. Again, I'm gonna probably post a more scripted, thought-out review a bit later, in a few months. I don't know. Don't hold your breath on that, because, like, yeah, this is just a discussion to get my early day one thoughts out now. Whoa, look at Luigi flying. Here, watch back this video, or he might do it right now. Every time Luigi is on the water, it low-key looks like he's joking it. Hold on. Yeah, wait, watch this. Okay, from behind. Right? You see it? No. Okay, so I remembered what my last point was. It was that the HDR of the Switch 2 and this game in general just look beautiful. This game is perfectly, like, this is exactly what you would want out of a Mario game. It's amazing looking, especially on an HDR compatible screen. I only have one HDR compatible screen in my house, and it was funny because I actually had to keep adjusting my HDR settings to get them looking right. Once I did, it was so good looking. It's not even funny. I tried this on a few different screens. I tried this on a TV. I tried this on this model. I tried this on the model I'm recording this, running through OBS, which is what you're seeing, which was by far the worst looking one. Obviously on the Switch handheld port itself, and on my nice HDR compatible screen. And I just wanted to play it on the HDR screen because it was amazing. That's what my friends were playing it on too. It looked so good. But that's a communal screen. That's my family TV, and eventually my mom, I live with my parents, but my mom came in and was like, hey, by the way, I need to use the TV now. Can I? And I was like, no, don't strip me away. And it was like, it was an adjustment going back to this still objectively really great looking gameplay. Like, this is, you know, this is what the trailers kind of looked like. And I definitely think honestly, I think the trailers were like a slightly earlier development version or just a non-HDR version, because they still look good, and this still looks really good. Like this would convince me to buy the game, but genuinely the graphics with HDR turned on, oh, they are superb. They are the definition of high definition. So yeah, if you are able to play this game with the HDR, because I didn't even know what HDR is before today, but like it's night and day. It's the most amazing looking graphics I've ever seen. So yeah, just to wrap it up really quickly, this game is amazing so far. I think so. You can disagree, and you probably have some fair points. Like, this isn't a one-size-fits-all game. So far, I personally am loving it. Honestly, I would personally say it's worth $80, but also $80 to me might not be the same as $80 to you. Like, I feel like, you know, spending $80 is like, ooh, that's a chunk of change, but it's like, you know, I'm willing to spend it. You know, if you're already just like, if this game's not sounding like it's for you, then skip it. It's really expensive. But I personally really like it thus far. I think the music is honestly probably my favorite part. This has the most beautiful music and harmonica. But also the graphics are amazing. I love exploring the world. The movement is great and fluid. The tracks, like I said, are a little disappointing, but they're still fun. Like, you won't be thinking about that while playing on them. You'll just be, like, trying to recall them and falling a little flat. Like, again, I don't want this to be, like, this isn't a 10 out of 10, like, you must buy game, but, like, if you think you'll be into it based off what's been shown, I think you probably will really enjoy your time with it. And yeah, I think Mario Kart World is amazing. So like and subscribe. Like I said, tomorrow tomorrow, day after, pretty soon, I'm gonna be posting a video about my insane difficulties trying to just get a Switch 2. And then I have a ton of other cool stuff down the pipeline. So stay tuned. Yeah. Thanks for watching.